the greatest stream ever. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna talk about a bunch of weeby stuff. Not weeby news, but like weeb, like anime stuff. And it's gonna be awesome. You guys are not prepared for how awesome this stream is gonna be. It's not gonna be anywhere near as long as the previous ones, I hope. So I'm not gonna yap that much about stuff that I plan to watch. Instead, I'll be yapping about stuff that I have watched, you know. And it's gonna be great. And everyone will have a good time. And, you know, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be fun. I don't even know if it's starting yet. I'm just advertising the stream because it's not fun to talk to no one. Makes me sad and lonely, you know. Sad and lonely. I'm gonna wait for one viewer. No, I don't know. I probably should have scheduled this just so that people like know when to tune in, because I know there was like 4 or 5 people that were interested, but I don't know. Maybe not waiting is the strategy. Yeah, maybe that's the strategy. I don't know. So, how was your day? I'm gonna start by saying that this month, I feel like I didn't watch too much. I feel like I was a little light on watching stuff, but at the same time, I feel like this was a lot more than last time. I think the difference is that here I took like bigger breaks, like week-long breaks, 2-week-long breaks even, and sometimes even like short breaks, like 2-3 day breaks. Unlike last time, you're slacking, Jpeg. What the heck? No, I'm not. Got a long list. You want to see how big my list is here? It's like the plan to watch list is 36 things long, and a lot of these are pretty hefty. You know, I know that JJK, JoJo, some of these are on the longer side of things. I'm probably gonna ditch some of the longer ones, probably, if I don't like them, but we will see. We will see! So, this is gonna be quite the fun. Let's do a quick recap before we get into the 9 things I saw this quarter, I guess. So let's go from top to bottom. Let's be positive. You know, Cowboy Bebop. It's probably not. You know, wait, I can add notes. Okay, I'll add notes. No, my phone. No, my phone fell. No. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Death Note. My current fave, kinda basic choice though. Lol. Yeah. I wish like you could like arrange. Can you arrange them? I don't think you can arrange them in order. So Cowboy Bebop, just because it begins with the letter C, has to be the top, even though it's not my favorite. I'm not okay. If I have time at the end, if I feel like it, I'll put like little descriptors on all of them. But at the moment, I'm just gonna do it for a few of them. Cowboy Bebop. Jenny doesn't like it, but his opinions are irrelevant. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Drop a beat. Okay. My name is Jen. It rhymes with Ben. No, that was bad. Psyche K. Literally, no. The only anime that made me go, literally me. Spy Family. Cuteness overload. Love this show. Never felt gay before until I met Lloyd Forger. Genesis here. Steins Gate. 12. First half slow AF, but payoff is rewarded. Looking at you, DC fans. Let's see. Psychopaths. Coolest protagonist ever, other than Psyche. We're just doing this as a warm-up, okay? We're gonna warm up while we wait for people. Attack on Titan, epic. A little overrated in my high school. 2016 to 2020. But still neato, burrito, and rip to all the ones that died. Death Parade, really cool. Probably should rewatch TBH. Mob Psycho, it's fine. Saul Goodman was cool though. Higurashi, Brosuke's fave. Go is good. What's it called? Satsu is not. On text, I am Walrus. Higurashi When They Cry. Classic, epic, awesome. I don't know what to say other than everything I wanted out of a VN adaptation. Clanad. Weirdly liked it. Ass Class. One of the first. I realize that this is the third time I've like ranked everything I watched up till this point. Because I've done like 3 of these, and all 3 of these I recapped like the same ones. But like, shut up. Okay, we don't talk about that. Okay, we're repetitive. One of the first I saw, pretty cool back then, but I watched more over the course of a 1.5 year period, and now it's only okay. Beastars, Zootopia, Fate's Day Night, pretty neat. Violet Evergarden, pretty neat. Chainsaw Man, overrated AF, but the dog thing is cute. Erased, most obvious mystery ever, but still cute. Ace Attorney, objection. Fate's Day Night. I regret watching this. Akamiga Kill. This is for people who like Class of 09. Danganronpa. Crap way to end. Danganronpa the animation. Crap way to begin. Read the VN, please. Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, there we go. That's all the ones I watched. Sorry about that. I had to meander for a bit, but now there's a decent amount of you, so that's good. So now we're going to rank all the ones that I've seen this quarter, so from June to September, or I guess July to September. I'm not actually done with the current one I'm watching, and I will get to why that is, because last time I left off with ReZero. I didn't finish ReZero, I only saw the first, like, 8 episodes out of 50, so I was like, okay, you know what if we do the same as last time, and we include an anime that's not yet done. So last time I said I would give ReZero, like, a 7 if it continued. The peak. Yeah, it's pretty good. Sadly, I hate to say it, it did not. I think ReZero kind of lost momentum after the first 2 arcs. I thought the first 2, where it was like a time loop and a big mystery, and it's like, oh my god, there's so many contradictions going on, these people are lying, and we get to see different perspectives of the same event happen, like Rashomon, or a lot of other things that aren't Rashomon. You know, like multiple perspective of the same scene. I thought that was so cool. And then it kind of dropped the ball. After that, it kind of got kind of generic. It's just, you know, we go to a palace, there's like fantasy war. And, you know, like, there's some things that were cool. I liked how some... Because it's a show about multiple timelines, okay? That's a small spoiler, but, like, it's like one of those, like, time loop Groundhog Day scenarios. I thought some of them were cool, where you get to learn about more of the characters, but I feel like there were far and few between. There were some really good episodes. I'm not going to deny that. But at a certain point, to me, it felt like... What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, the time loop stuff is awesome, but it stopped being the focus, and it started to really drag on. I finished the season 1. I didn't get to finish season 2. I kind of dropped it. I was like, okay, this is nice, but I'd rather move on at this point, take a break from it. Maybe I'll come back with a more open mind. But, yeah, no, I mean, ReZero, when I ranked it back in June, I was really positive on it. Now I'm like, it's alright. I mean, I'll give it like a 7. Like, I don't regret watching it. And I think the first couple of episodes were really fun, but it's like a 7. It's fine. It's alright. Jenny, you still there? What do you think? What do you think of that, Jenny? What do you think of that? Next up, I have a Google document that shows it in order. Let's see. I watched 9, so I need to like stall a bit because, you know, there's not a lot to rank in the first place. I heard that there's a season 3 coming out of ReZero, so that's cool. If your name is Genesis, you'll probably find that pretty cool. But Kotaro Lives Alone was the next one. I think the reason why I saw it was because I should probably talk about who recommended each of them. So ReZero was a Genesis recommendation. I was gonna see it a long time ago when I thought that ReZero and Fate Stay Night were the same thing. I realized they're not the same thing. So they looked similar to me, and they had like similar enough names with, like, you know, punctuation, I guess. That's how, like, and then, you know, colon, capital 0, and then Fate Stay Night is Fate/Night. So I got really confused. I don't know why that confused me. But I realized that they're 2 different shows. So I could have watched ReZero a long time ago, but I watched Fate instead. And honestly, yeah, like, they're kind of similar in a sense that they're both, like, fantasy-esque fighting shows, I guess. But, like, you know, ReZero is the better one of the 2, in my opinion. But yeah. Anyway, Genesis recommended me that a while ago, actually, like, I think June or May even. And yeah, I mean, I don't regret watching it, but it kind of dropped off a lot, and I don't have any interest in seeing season 2 at the moment. So sorry, but should have Next up, we have an anime. I don't really know why I saw it. Oh, Genesis says, I think season 1 is better, but the heart emoji is in the way. I cannot read. The heart emoji is in the way. But can the heart emoji leave, please? Can't read it, man. The heart. I'm gonna say, oh, just okay. But season 2 comes together really well towards the end, kind of like how great it's. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully. I don't think season 1 was bad. I just think that it meandered a lot. There was a lot of like stalling, I guess. There was a lot of stuff that I was like, this is nice, but like I don't care about the war stuff and the fighting. A lot of these shows have like a lot of fight scenes that I like when they happen, I'm just like, half the time I'm like, can we get to the character stuff? That's the cooler stuff. And I'm not saying fight scenes are bad, but sometimes these fights last for like 4, 5, 6 episodes, and I get that that's just anime. I understand. But to an extent, it needs to like capture my interest. It can't just be, wow, this fight is cool. It has to be like, wow, these characters are cool, and the reason they're fighting is cool, and the morals and the virtues that they all represent is cool. It's like, you know, I mean, I don't know. It was kind of like just a war. I feel like Fate, like, after the first 2 arcs of ReZero, I feel like the anime got really ambitious and just introduced so many characters without developing a lot of them. So it's like, what are we fighting for? What is at stake here? You know, like, the stakes were set in the first, like, 8 episodes, but after that, it kind of got lost in the shuffle. Next up, we have Kotaro Lives Alone. That was the second one. Let me refresh the page, actually, just so that... It might get tedious to do this every single time, but, yeah. As you can see, it is now, ReZero's 7 out of 10. It's not bad. Quite enjoyed it. A family friend recommended this to me, and the reason he did was because it was on Netflix, and, a lot of my, family... not relative, but like, yeah, family friends are, you know, they're not nearly as internet savvy as I would like, so they're just like, oh, it's on Netflix, you should check it out, you know, because they don't know a whole lot about anime. And I checked it out, and it was, yeah, it was solid. It's 1 season, it's in English, you know, which I prefer. I prefer the English dub. I'm a dub over sub guy. I'm sorry, I'm really lazy. I can read the subs. There's one anime here, Skip and Loafer, that doesn't have a dub, and that, you know, I'll get to that when I get to that, but I'm more of a dub guy because I'm lazy. Too lazy to read, you know, it's easier to listen than to read, I guess. And Kotaro Lives Alone, I thought it was fine. I thought it was pretty charming, honestly. It did, even though it's only 10 episodes, it's the shortest one here, it did take me a while to get into it because some of the themes were kind of depressing. Like, it was cute, but depressing. And I think there was also knowing, and I tend to do this where I do research on a show before I watch it, knowing that it hasn't had a season, it hadn't had a season 2, despite being out for a long time and being pretty popular, made me sad. It made me realize, oh, the chances of this getting a season 2 are pretty low. I watched a lot of short ones, with the exceptions of Full Metal Alchemist and Delicious in Dungeon, and the reason I did that was just so I could have more to talk about. But there's this, like, recurring theme of, like, not theme, but, like, this recurring motif of, like, oh, man, this show didn't get renewed. That's so sad. It had so much, like, you know, momentum going on for, like, future seasons, and sadly, because of low ratings, it just didn't go anywhere. Kotaro Lives Alone, I feel... Well, okay, to be fair to Kotaro Lives Alone, that one's kind of recent, so I can't say it'll never have a season 2. But from the looks of it, it's just unlikely, which is a shame. I love the show. It's very, like, charming. It's about a young boy who lives alone and, like, his neighbors and stuff, and, you know, it's very slice of life. And in the 10 episodes I saw, I got to really get to know the characters, which is something that I have to give credit for, because I like that more than fight scenes and stuff, more than, like, action. I'm not saying, like, oh, we must be all chat and no action, but, I mean... You know, what I enjoyed quite about the Kotaro show is it was just a character study of this young boy and his neighbors, and I just thought that it was really charming. I feel like, I don't know, it just tickled the whole wholesome side of me that I quite enjoyed. I think I saw it because I was a little nervous about watching so many fantasy things in a row. At that point in time, I had watched The Devil's a Part-Timer, Akame ga Kill, which I fucking hated, ReZero, and then I was gonna watch Delicious in Dungeon afterwards. So I was like, okay, let me get something non-fantasy just as a little intermission. I don't regret it. I would give it I feel like I'm gonna give it it's weird because it's really, like, it doesn't take up a lot of brain space because it's so short and so, like, cute and so, like, low stakes. It doesn't take up a whole lot of, like, brain space in my mind. So it's, like, weird to give it such a high ranking. I'm gonna give it an 8, but, like, I really did quite enjoy it. I mean, I don't think it's gonna, like, you know, you're gonna remember it for years and years or anything like that, but I'd give it an 8.
found it very charming, especially because this is like, you know, something that's on Netflix. You know, it's something for a lot of, I don't want to call them casual, but like a lot of like casual audiences can see. Yeah, it's very cute. Hello, Malik. Sorry, a lot of you talked. Katara lives alone. Yeah, that's true. That's what happens. My spelling ruined my joke. It's pretty good. I give it an 8. Hello, Acxeleon. Hello, Queenie. Hello, Mandy. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, there we go. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. Is the font small? By the drop my phone again. I put things on my lap, you know, assuming that my lap is flat. My lap is not flat. It's like arched in an angle, so like things are gonna fall off. Is that fine? I only have one monitor today, so I can't quite check. That looks fine. That looks okay. Hello, Miranda. Welcome to the stream. You made it. You're so late. You're so late, Miranda. How dare you? But for real, I feel like the theme of if you look at all of what I have for this quarter, it's mostly very like chill, kind of not super popular ones, but very like underrated comfort animes. Animes? Do I sound like a casual when I say animes? Is it just anime? Is plural version of anime just anime? I don't know. A lot of them are like mostly like recommendations from people who are very passionate about like less popular ones. The only like one I would say is super popular, of course, is Full Metal Alchemist. That's the only one that's like, yeah, that one's obviously super popular. But a lot of these are more like, I guess Delicious in Dungeon as well. That one's more repeat. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Katara Lives Alone, 8 out of 10. The next one is Delicious in Dungeon. And let me tell you, this one, if it wasn't for something later in the list, this one would definitely be my favorite of the quarter. I love this show. This one took a while to get through. I don't know why, though. It wasn't like I was busy. It wasn't like I was burnt out. I don't know. There was a phase where, you know, we all have phases where it's like, I don't want to watch any more anime. I'd rather watch, like, you know, YouTube videos, I guess, or play games, or, you know, actually do schoolwork. But, like, Delicious in Dungeon was, when I watched it, it was very, very charming. I love the characters. Like, the 4 main characters. I love them. It's like a party of 3. It's hard to explain. Like, I think they're, like, I'm not sure if they're playing D&D, if they actually are fantasy characters. But from what I can gather, it's very inspired by D&D. One of the characters that they meet is voiced by ProZed of you know, he makes a lot of YouTube shorts, so that's great. And yeah, no, I mean there's a lot of quirkiness and wholesomeness to this show. It feels like a more stereotypical D&D campaign than a fantasy anime would. And by that, I mean, you know, they go through adventures. Sometimes they, you know, have creative solutions, and they have good food. The food looks really great in the show. Like, my god, the food, like, watching the show makes me so hungry. It makes me crave Japanese food. I don't know. It's, like, most shows don't usually do that, but this show made me go, like, you know what? I want to try some Japanese food. And, like, this is one of the few shows where I go, like, the voice acting is, like, on point. Pretty much. Like, I usually, this kind of stuff is, like, kind of dull to me just because I see so many things. So, like, good voice acting kind of goes over my head nowadays, but this one has really good voice acting. I love the story. It's very wholesome. You know, all the characters are just, you know, they just want to have a good time. It's not a very conflict-driven show, and it's mostly episodic, though there is, like, a goal in the second half. They have a goal that they're trying to reach. I would really recommend this to anyone. Like, even like, casual, you know, like, relatives who don't know a lot about anime. I would recommend Delicious in Dungeon to anyone who's interested. It's just, it's so charming. It's so beautiful. The animation is not, like, amazing, but, like, the story being so, cutesy, like, you know, right, increases it so much more. Dungeon Meshi is awesome. I love that show so much. The food aspect wasn't that appealing to me, probably because they're fictional meals. What? Yeah, I mean, like, you like fictional, you know, women. They're fictional, but you still like them. It's fine. Naruto ramen looks good. Yeah, I hope so. So yeah, Dungeon Meshi, this is, like, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I'm giving this the esteemed 10 out of 10. This is, like, one of the very few shows that I'm like, when season 2 comes out, I'm binging it straight away. Like, this is 10 out of 10. It is beautiful. It is new. I hope this lasts, maybe not forever and ever, but I hope this lasts, like, 3, 4, 5 seasons. Like, this needs to go on for a while. This cannot end on a season 2. This needs to go on for a while. And there's so much you can do. Like, the D&D world is so vast, you know, the fantasy setting and how to cook creatures and just wholesome lessons. Like, this can last forever. Not forever. This can last, like, 5, 6, 7 more years. You know what I mean? I don't know. I love this show, and it inspired me to get into D&D. We're doing a D&D campaign right now. I've never done it before, despite having very, like, nerdy friends. it's weird because like I have nerdy friends, but they're also like the biggest procrastinators ever. In like high school, they'd be like, let's do a D&D campaign. We're gonna do a D&D campaign. It's gonna last 4 years of high school. It's gonna be awesome. And like they started the last month of senior year. So like the year we were gonna graduate, the last month of the last year of high school. It was like, come on, you started so late. And we had like 2 sessions, and that was it. We had 2 sessions and then never again. It was, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's awful. That's why I have such like OCD because of stuff like that. But yeah, that's crazy. Judith's Hoffs. Genesis be like, I don't need good food. I need good. So yeah, Delicious in Dungeon. I don't remember who recommended it to me. I think it was Robin. I don't quite remember who it was, but yeah, no, this just if you haven't seen it, go see it. Show it to your more casual friends; they'll love it. I don't know. I was never like bored of the show. I think by the time it and I know Jenny talked about this. By the time it got like formulaic, it started to get a plot, I guess. And I don't mind that it doesn't have a plot. This is this is like a Psyche kind of show where it's like if it just never had a plot and it was just episodic, I would still watch the hell out of it. It's so fun. I'll watch Dungeon Meshi if you give it Skip and Low for good rate. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Next up on the list is FMA Brotherhood, and this was the longest one. Other than Delicious in Dungeon, everything on this list is 10 to 12 episodes. Delicious in Dungeon was 24 episodes, and Fullmetal Alchemist was 64 episodes. I binged the living hell out of the show. This show, like, I know for a while this was #1 rated on, like, all the anime websites, and, like, if you lowered it, people get mad. It's there for a reason. This is, like I don't want to call it the, like, the, you know, I don't want to call it, like, oh, the perfect shonen or anything like that, but, like, it is so good. It is so compelling. The world is, like, so rich. Like, I don't usually, like, you know, I'm not the kind of guy to be like, oh, the world building is so pristine. It is, you know, the lore, right? I don't usually care about that kind of stuff, but this one made me care. This is, like, one of the few shows where I was like, I want to know a lot about the lore. I want to know about every location, every culture, and whatever. It's so fun. I think, like, this is one of those shows where they can balance having a lot of characters. I think shows like MHA, you know, My Hero Academia, really couldn't handle having so many characters. Hunter x Hunter as well, to a lesser extent, had, like, a too many characters problem. I think that this show is, Fullmetal Alchemist is like, oh, it can handle having a crap load of characters. The problem, I think, is that, and this is not really the show's fault, it's sort of my fault, the people that recommended me this, Genesis and Daniel, they made it out to be a lot darker than it actually was. So, like, it's still dark. Like, there's a very dark moment in the first, like, 4 episodes of the show. There's a really dark moment. But it's not, like, super dark. It's not, like, Danganronpa level dark. Or I guess Danganronpa's not that... that's not that dark. You know, it's not that, like... I don't know, what's like a dark... It's not like The Boys dark, alright? It's pretty light and fluffy. So it kind of gave me the Akame ga Kill effect, where I think it's, like, the most, like, complex, gritty, you know, savage thing ever. It wasn't, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. It was. I'm not gonna say it's kiddie. It's not. Like, I wouldn't say it's for little kids, but like it was more in the teenage area. And it's fine. That appeals to me still. I thought that, you know, the first, like, half where it's, you know, it has smaller, like, 2-3 episode arcs was very fun, when it was jumping from place to place and characters were traveling in packs and they'd split up, and then, you know, they'd have all these, like, cool strategies and, like, little world building moments. That was cool. There was an arc in the middle where they're, like, in the, like, the cold, icy area, and that lasted a bit longer than I wished. Like, it kind of meandered for a while, but eventually it picked up in the last arc. I'm not gonna say, like, my hot take is that, like, it never, like, peaked. It never, like, hit, like, perfect 10 out of 10 status. It was never, like, this amazing thing, but it was very consistent. I'll give it that. I didn't have any flaws with it. It just felt very, very, like, you know, like, it was just consistently great, I guess. It didn't have, like, the world's highest highs, but it never hit, like, you know, any low lows, I don't think. I guess that's a fair way of saying it. I'm gonna give it, like, a 9 out of 10. I quite enjoyed this one. I'm very happy that I saw it. This was something that was always kind of on my radar. When I catch you, Jpeg. Let's bring up the fusion. Shh. Throw back to when Genesis compared the villain from Poison. That's true, Homelander. I said... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I couldn't think of, like, anything dark. Like, what is like, dark? It's like The Boys, I guess. I don't know. That's dark, right? I don't know. Yeah, trying to brainstorm What else did I like about this show? There wasn't any character that I was like, oh, this is the greatest character ever made, or like, oh, this character. And I think that's a problem, is that most shows that I watch, because I don't relate to too many characters, there aren't that... I need to stop. Sorry, if you can hear my window. It keeps on clamoring. It's very annoying. Ah, I dropped my phone again. I keep on forgetting my lap is not flat. The problem with most of these shows is that there's rarely like a character that I'm like, yes, literally me, literally me. So like, you know, a lot of people have more like basic personalities like Genesis, where they can be like, oh, that character is literally me, or Broski even. FMA didn't really have that. There's no one character that I'm like, oh, this is the greatest character ever made. But like, you know, it was just very fun. I don't know. I feel like I can't really say much about this show. I feel like everything about this show has already been said. You know, it's a great show. It deserves to be known as one of the greatest shonens ever. I wish there was more, which is crazy because there's so many episodes. I love the magic. I love the fighting. I don't know, man. I don't know. I binged it all. I binged 64 episodes in like 2-3 weeks. I think it's pretty impressive. Calling Jenny basic? I am the worst example for you to pick. What's next? What's next? What do we have next? Next up, we have Skate the Infinity. This one was recommended to me by CritCat. And this is one of those shows where the subject matter makes me go, okay, I want to study that. You know, Delicious in Dungeon made me want to like be a culinary chef person, individual. And Skate the Infinity made me want to be a skateboarder. I saw it and I was like, skateboarding is really cool. There's a lot of cool techniques going on. That's like my favorite thing about anime, is that they take something that's like pretty basic and not, I wouldn't say like boring, but like something, you know, that you take for granted, like making a pizza or like golf or like packaging Coca-Cola, I don't know. And then they turn it into like this whole thing where characters have monologues like, oh, his technique was so pristine. Oh my god, what strategies must I entail to do this? And I think Skate the Infinity is one of those. I'm not saying skateboard is for dummies and anyone can do it, but like, it was one of those things that just made me really interested in the sport. And like, I remember when I was watching it, I would like Google skateboarding tricks, how to skateboard, skateboarding world records, snowboarding world records. You know, the animation was really great. This is like one of the cleanest animations I've ever seen. I usually see these things like at slightly faster speed. I'm sorry. I see things at slightly faster speed. I apologize. But this one made me want to slow down and just look at the shots and admire how pretty they were. You know, I want to hang some of these on my wall. They're just so beautiful looking. I didn't like. The weird thing is, I don't usually relate to characters, and I'm not saying any of them I related to, but the concept of this one guy, living in a different country and then moving back to his home country, that hits very hard to me, because that's what I went through. I used to live in a different country before I'm Filipino. I used to live in the Philippines, then I moved somewhere else for many years, and then I moved back to the Philippines. That's why I don't have a Filipino accent. And so even though that wasn't really the main focus of the show, like just having a character like that made them way more relatable. Now, obviously, what I described is something that's relatively niche, so it's not in too many of these shows, right? I'm not saying like, oh, person A lives in country B, and you know they're a fish out of water. That's not a rare thing at all. But like moving away and then coming back to where it all began is like, you know, I feel like that's not nearly as common. And because of that, I love the character of I think his name is Longa. Was it? He's great. I think my main complaint with the show is that sometimes you could tell they were skipping because like of time constraints, or it's like, this is not important. Like there's this whole tournament arc with like brackets and stuff, and it was so mangled. Like some characters would just drop out and some people would be like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And it's like, you could tell it was just so that they could get to the good stuff. You know, they could get to the skateboard races that you actually want to see, which is like fair enough, but I wish the excuses were a bit better. Other than, you know, a bit better than, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't know. The show's very gay, and I thought that was pretty cool. It's pretty neat how it was very. Hopefully, it's not queer baiting, and the characters. You know, if it's gonna be this gay, then you better stick to it. You know, you better make them kiss, or at least have, you know, maybe not the main characters if you don't want, but like at least some of the characters. You know, give them same-sex love partners. That'd be great. You know, if you're gonna queer bait this much and get that much of an audience, you should do it. You should stick to it. You know. I don't know. I thought that was neat. Trying to think what else did I enjoy about the show. I don't like the villain. I thought the villain was really like, a lot of characters were like, oh, I don't like this guy. Oh, he used to be nice, but now he's like this. Oh, he's such a jerk. And you know, when he would do stuff, he'd be like, he's not that bad. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's cocky, but he's not like the worst thing ever. And it's like, I get it. It's because he used to be something else and then he changed. But at the same time, it was like, I feel like they're over exaggerating. I feel like the characters are taking it a little too far. There's no women in the show. There's pretty much no women characters in the show, which is interesting. You know, there's no one for Jenny to simp for. That's fine. It's fine. It's all right. You know, that's just how it is. Some people, you know, some males need to see at least one woman. You know, even if they're not like, you know, romantic or anything, just to have them, just for the sake of diversity. It's fine. It's whatever. There's a lot of movies they're like that, you know. Sorry, I don't know why I'm calling Jenny out so much, but Jpeg, you will be on Fraud Watch depending on your Madoka and Akuma Drive take. Oh god. The only character I found literally me was Joe Tizuna. Yeah, fair enough. Of course it was Crit who wrecked this one. Jpeg supports gay people. I still had a good with this one. The last half had me hooked. I have a weird take with this one. Like, the first half was so strong. I feel like the second half, when they had the tournament, I guess I'm soft spoiling there's a tournament, but like, I mean, it's a fucking sports anime. Of course there's gonna be a tournament. I guess I'm kind of soft spoiling there's a tournament, but like, I don't know. Again, it feel like I feel like in these things, if you're gonna have a tournament, you have to commit to it. I know My Hero Academia at least kind of commits to its tournaments where they show like a good amount of the fights. Like this one, they just skip the ones that are like, this is less interesting, so we're not gonna show it. It's like, no, you motherfucker, show it. I think there's a season 2. I think that was guaranteed. This is one of those shows where there's probably going to be a season 2. Probably not soon, but I don't know. Wait, I don't remember because I've watched so many. But like, did this come out in 2021? If it came out in 2021 and it's been 3 years and there's still no season 2, I'm a little worried. But I think there is a season 2 in the works. So that's good. So yeah, no, I would rank this. I'm gonna give Skate the Infinity an 8 out of 10. It's not like, you know, again, some of these shows are not my cup of tea. They're not like what I personally look for in an anime, but like, that's fine. I can still consume media that I'm not like, you know, I'm not attached to the genre, you know, I'm not attached to sports animes, but I can be like, yes, this is objectively a good show. I had a good time. The characters are well written. You know, the stakes are quite there. I would recommend this to any viewer that likes sports anime. I don't know the sports tropes all that well, but I feel like this didn't go the, you know, the cliche like power friendship route that they usually do. I feel like most animes do that, actually, the power friendship, but like, whatever, you know, it's just how it is. That's just how it is. You're a 12 out of 10, Jpeg. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There's an OVA for Skate coming soon. Hope so. Seems pretty neat. Next up, we have, I don't know how to pronounce it. I always forget how to pronounce it. I'm scared. Madoka? Madoka Magica. Madoka? Madoka. I don't know. So this one really wasn't for me. Okay, no, let me rephrase it. The genre is not something that I look out for, and I don't think I'm ever going to see another magical girl anime again. It's not, you know, I'm not sexist for saying that. It's just not my type. Of course, I did give this a shot because I heard that this is like one of the best in the genre and it subverts all the tropes and all that. So I thought that was interesting. I saw it and I did enjoy it. I had a good time with it. I didn't get a lot of what was going on, admittedly, just because like this whole genre is something that I'm not used to. But I will say that some of the twists and what I assume are subversions of the genre were like really good. Someone joined my Discord. Hello. You can't hear it. They can't hear you. I have my OBS audio sharing thing off. But yeah, there was some stuff that, like, I'm not gonna say it was a horror, you know, a horror anime by the end, but there was some stuff that was a little like eerie and scary. I think that like, God, I think if I hadn't previously been exposed to Higurashi, I probably would have been like, wow, that was good. But it was like, oh wow, that was neat. I quite enjoyed that. Because I'm not too accustomed to the genre itself, the subversions and deconstructions did not like hit nearly as hard. Like, I don't know what Sailor Moon is about. So perhaps, because I know it's like, oh, in the name of love, I will heal you. I am the best girl, right? So maybe dissecting what it means to be a magical girl or whatever would have hit harder had I known. But I will say that a lot of the themes going on, a lot of the more darker stuff about not living up to your potential, about disappointing people, about how sacrifice and, you know, how some people aren't worth it, all that cool stuff really, like, I don't know, it hit, but in a way that was like, man, I wish I knew more. I wish that I had more, like, not context. I feel like the show gave enough context, but just I wish I had more experience, I guess, before watching this. Because it's just not really my thing. I don't really watch stuff that is more, how do I word this? More female oriented, I guess. Not that there's many, female characters. I love Life is Strange, for example, but like, more appealing to women, and like that's fine. I don't expect many, women to like The Boys, for example. And if you do, then wow, that's I'm impressed. It's a very gross show. Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna give this a 6. I don't think I will continue in this franchise, but I definitely, enjoyed my time with this. I thought the characters were pretty neat, and I thought that like some shows are like, this should have been longer, this should have been shorter, there was too much filler. This one felt like the perfect length of like 12 episodes. I feel like they got everything that they wanted to and needed to out in the world. I feel like it was a good length for what it is. So yeah, there's that. What are y'all saying? That's my format for the, because I don't have my second monitor. That's the format. I'm gonna yap, and then I'm gonna read the comments. So y'all, no comments. Wow, y'all don't care about me yapping about Medica. I see how it is. I'm not hurt. I'm only a little hurt. Crying right now. He didn't watch the movie. Oh, never mind. You commented. Lol, Lamau, Jpeg being on a hit list coming soon. Cancelled. Sounds like a skill issue. Jpeg's gonna shoujo pill Jpeg. He didn't watch the movie. I did not watch the movie. No. Don't put me on a hit list. Please don't put me on a hit list. Don't do that. That'd be bad. Don't do that. Next up we have, we only have a few more left to go, so that's good. We only have a few more left to go. Prisons, oh god. I'm gonna sound like such a degenerate. But I'm gonna take Genesis down with me, because Genesis recommended me this. I don't know why he recommended me this, but he did, and, I watched it, and he warned me. He said, Jpeg, I'm warning you, this has very, like, American Pie humor. It's very raunchy, very perverted, very just, like, gross out humor, but you just have to run with it. It is so offensively raunchy, you just kind of have to accept that that's just what the genre is. It's etchy, I think it's what it's called. I saw it, and I wasn't impressed at first, and then I realized this shit is just insane. This is just, like, the most batshit insane, redonkadonk, off the walls, goober show ever. This is, like, the male characters are some of the, like, worst people ever. I mean, not worst people ever, but, like, they're pretty, like, low-life people, but, like, they get punished for it, and nothing goes their way, and they're treated like the scum of the earth, so it's, like, kind of has some stuff going for it. And the humor is just so insane. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone, but there's a lot of, it's not even just, like, raunchy in a perverted way. It's just, like, raunchy in, like, a gross-out way. There's, like, a lot of pee and poo shit. If you're, like, sensitive to that stuff, it's not for you. There's a lot of, like, peeing and pooing and what have you. So, I don't know. Oh god. I enjoyed this show, okay? I enjoyed this show. I don't know what it is. It's a comedy, okay? A really stupid comedy. Maybe when I get older, I'll like it less, but, like, I'm sorry. This just appeals to my really high school amateur sense of humor, okay? It's not nearly as perverted as you think. Like, there's no sex, but it comes very close to that. It comes very, very close. It's just so over the top. It's impossible to, there's just something so, it's so unapologetically horny that whoever the creator is probably shamed for the rest of their lives because of it. But you know what? They took a risk. They did it. Fair enough. There's no season 2. There probably never will be a season 2. It's probably one of those very niche things that only weirdos like Genesis like. I think it came out in 2015, so I mean, I feel like it had a lot of potential for season 2, season 3, but like, I'm happy that this is just a one-off, like, cult classic kind of thing. God, I sound like such a degenerate. Oh my god, I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm such a degenerate for giving it a 7. Okay, look, I laughed, okay? It was funny, okay? It was funny. What else is there to say about it? Yeah, no, I mean, if you watch the American Pie movies, just imagine that, but with, like, Japanese horniness. Boom, that's prison school. God, you're probably roasting the heck out of me right now. Oh, God. This is the one I was nervous to talk about. Yeah, I ranked it better than Madoka. Yeah, so what? Oh god. Me and Genesis. The thing, I keep on dunking on Genesis, but me, like, everything he suggests to me, I really like. So it's like, I think, you know, me and Genesis have a lot more in common than I'm willing to admit. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Ugh, fucking hell. Okay, last two on the list. We have Jpeg doesn't like women-oriented shows but likes Prison School. Look, okay, look. I like to think of myself as a dignified person, but there's something in my monkey brain that goes, hee hee, the pervert got punished for being a pervert, you know. There's a part of me that goes, that's funny. I like I like how my first example was no, I like Life is Strange. Life is Strange is pretty good. I like Spy Family. That's a very like girly kind of show. I like that. I like Psychopaths. I don't know. Skip and Loafer. I talked about this in Skate, but something about having a character who, you know, they were in their hometown, they moved, they had a big culture shock, and then they moved back. Really hits home to me because that's my childhood, of course. And, you know, Skip and Loafer, sad to say, is probably one of those season 1 shows that will not get renewed. But it had a very cute, like, rom-com stuff. There was good lessons. I feel like in the 12 episodes, I got to know a lot about the characters. It was a really good character study. I liked a lot of the, like, some of them I felt like were a little underdeveloped. It's fine, it's 12 episodes. There's only so much you can do. And it probably, you know, in the manga, there's probably more. But it didn't feel undercooked. It felt like, for such a low-stakes high school sort of show, there's this sense of wholesomeness that made you appreciate life more, and it made you go, yes, I have faith in humanity, especially after Prison School. I really needed a pick-me-up where it's like, you know, humanity is, you know, humans can be good. I don't know. It really resonated with me how peaceful and calm and just, like, there were no, like, big, shocking twists, and, you know, the bad people, you know, they didn't get punished for their actions, but it was like, hey, don't be bad, and it was your own fault. Be good next time, you know, stuff like that. Really resonated with me. I saw this in Japanese. There was no English dub, sadly. But you know, maybe that's what made it better, because I was able to experience it in its natural language. I got to see all the jokes and all the translator notes and all that. You know, I had a good time with this one. It was very peaceful. I would recommend this to most people. I don't know. There's something about, because, like, you know, I talk about my high school experience, how it was pretty crap. Not because I was, like, bullied or anything, just because, like, it was just so unprofessional, and everyone was an idiot. The teachers and the students were all idiots. I really am psyche coded, aren't I? But no, just something about having, like, this group of friends. They're all supporting each other, and they do, like, school projects together, and, you know, they're all accepting. It's like, oh, it's very cute. It's very cute. I'm asexual, so, like, romance and stuff, I don't really care for it that much. But this one was like, oh, it's cute. I am going to give this an 8. I'm gonna give this an 8. No. You know what? No, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm actually gonna give this a 9. I don't know. This is one of those very, like, peaceful, wholesome, like, you need this after a big thing. And I think, especially after Prison School, I really quite needed something that's just cute. That's what I like. I like to view these things as, like, a big, like, album. So obviously, if you watch something like FMA, you need something, like, smaller scale and real worldy to, you know, patch it out, and preferably something modern. That's why after Full Metal Alchemist, I went to Skate the Infinity, and then after Skate the Infinity, which is very modern, I went to something that's more classic, you know, maybe not classic, but, like, older, like Madoka Magica, and then after Madoka Magica, I need to... We're not going to get into what I saw after Madoka Magica. Oh, okay. But yeah, let's see the comments. I'm going to do this every 27th if I can. So the next one will be December 27. If I'm not available, I'll do it like December 20 or whenever I can. But these things will be every 3 months, so cherish them while they last. They only happen once every 3 months, you know. Back to the sports trope comment. The sports anime trope is the main character is really OP at the sport. Not really. I don't know that. That's a pattern, you guys. Hey, the whole time the women are constantly beating up the men, so like girl power. You're making it worse, man. Oh man, you're making it sound horrible. Because I know that's what Genesis is into. For legal reasons, that's a joke. I don't know what Genesis is into, and I don't want to know what he's into. That's up to him and him alone. Anyway, no real training. They just are good. Well, really? I thought. Wait, really? I thought it was like 2020 because I saw the date. It was 2020. Is it 2023? It's nice. Hajime no Ippo better be on the watch list. Your school doesn't sound real. Hajime no Ippo breaks this short retro. I'll win today. Yes. Yeah. No, I liked it. I mean. No, it's just again, as someone who, you know, used to not live in the Philippines and then I lived back in the Philippines, you know, my home country. There's something about these shows that just hit a chord with me that don't hit the same way, I guess, with other people. I don't know, like I feel like we've all been a fish out of water at one point in our lives, but for me, it's such a big part of my identity. Obviously, I live in the Philippines. I have an American accent. I have more like Western takes. I don't have the same like childhood experience that they have. So it's just, you know, to see representation. I don't even know what to call it, but like, you know, representation of someone who moved is just, it's very moving for me. So last but not least, we have Akudama Drive, and this is one I did not finish. And before I rank this one, I have a rant that I want to, because I'm only on episode 8. I have a rant. And you guys are gonna be the first people to hear about this awesome rant once I Google something really quick, just to make sure that I'm not misrepresenting it. So there are certain people that whenever they see something that looks like Danganronpa, they go, "Oh my god, it's Danganronpa 4. Oh my god, they're making new Danganronpa." And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There have been like a bajillion things made by Mr. Kaz Kodaka that are like, they look basically like Danganronpa. There's World Ends Club, there is Rain Code, there is upcoming the 100 Line Academy, there is Tribe 9, and now there is the 100 Line Last Defense Academy. This is not Danganronpa 4. Danganronpa 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 already come out. Like this, like there have been so many like similar vibes to Danganronpa made by the same guy. This is not like Danganronpa 4. This is like Danganronpa like 6 or 7 or whatever at this point. That is my rant. Just because something looks like Danganronpa doesn't mean it's the next Danganronpa, because that already happened a long time ago. This came out in 2020. It's made by not just the guy who made Danganronpa, it's also by the guy who made Zero Escape and The Somnium Files. They collaborated to make a company called Tokyo Games. I say that because Zero Escape is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I think the Danganronpa guy is way worse of a writer than the Zero Escape guy, but I mean, he gets the more popular games, even though he's the worst writer. That being said, they made Akudama Drive, and I think it's really cool. I think from the first episode, I could feel the inspirations. It was inspired by Quentin Tarantino's work, Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, and I know that because I looked in the Wikipedia page of it. I thought the aesthetics were some of the coolest ever. Not as cool as Escape the Infinity, but still very cool. It felt like a video game, almost. The world, I played the game Raincode, which is pretty much the same world building, but I don't like the game Raincode, and I like the world here, so I thought that was great. So I was like, this is it. This is like easy 10 out of 10. This is all the stuff I like. I guess I don't really like Danganronpa that much, but it's like, okay, you know what? Danganronpa 2 is pretty good. I had a good time with it. If you don't like use your brain too much, I'm gonna have a good time. And I thought this was gonna be like a heist thing. Oh, they're gonna steal some like treasures and whatever. It's a ragtag bunch of misfits, and that's a whole show. And like, you know, that in itself is very charming. But I think after the second episode, they just kind of go into like a bunch of fight scenes, right? And it lost me. It was like, guys, we only have 12 episodes. Why are we meandering with fight scenes? I don't really know these characters yet. Why are we going to fight scenes? And they lost me. But then episode 6, 7, 8 caught my attention again. It's like, oh, okay, never mind. I'm willing to forgive it. It's going back. It's not doing, you know, it's not going to heist things. The plot is going in directions I wouldn't expect of it. And I think that's cool. I think it's playing genre roulette, and I'll give credit where credit's due with Kodaka. That's what he does best, is when his things take shocking swerves. I'll give him that. I didn't like, you know, the fight scenes for a few episodes just because it was like, I don't really, like it's cool, but I don't know these people. I want to know these people. Kodaka, I know you're good at writing characters. Let's stick to the character stuff, please. So, yeah, he has this big habit, and like it's more worse in his other stuff, like Raincode, Tribe 9, and I'm betting the new game, 100 Mile Defense or whatever it's called, will also have this problem. Where they set up like cool aesthetics, like these characters just represent aesthetics, and they're cool, but we don't know anything about them. So the fan artists and the fanfic writers go crazy. They're like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, there's so much potential, but you don't give them any character. And the reason that works and why you do it is because if you make it anything that conflicts in canon, that's when people get pissed off. Because it's like, what the heck? That's not my interpretation of the character. My interpretation, he likes carrots, but you made him like potatoes. What the heck? You ruined my interpretation. So that's why, like, people, not just, the Danganronpa guy, know how big their legacy is, and so they want to make it so that fanfic writers and fanfic authors, have, there's a blank sheet of paper. You can write whatever interpretation you want. Or else people get mad, especially the Danganronpa fandom. The Danganronpa fandom, they get pissed off whenever you bring up, like, stuff that's canon. And I know this because I'm in the Disventure Camp community, and people do that with Season 2. Season 2 of Disventure Camp has, like, the depth of, like, a piece of paper. But because you can, like, do anything you want with it, then people are like, oh, Season 2 is cool because I could interpret Hunter in any way I wanted. That's why, like, so many people in Sonic OCs like Disventure Camp, Season 2. Anyway, that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is that there are cool characters. There's 4 episodes left, so maybe things will change. They're cool aesthetics, but I don't know a lot about them. Some of them are like, yeah, okay, I get the gist of them, I get their one defining trait, and I get, a bit more. I think, like, it's structured like a video game, but it's an anime. And I think there are moments where it's cool. Like, if this was a video game, this would be a very cool video game. I would play the shit out of this video game. But it's not, it's an anime. So, I don't know. I have very mixed feelings right now. And maybe I'm more critical because I know that this guy can make works of art, and he's working with a guy who I know can make works of art, with the Zero Escape guy. I love that guy. It's ironic I'm not using Fi. Usually I have Fi as my VTuber model, because this is the one time that, like, she's tangentially relevant to this. But, yeah, I don't know. Akudama Drive, I know I went on a big tangent there, but I do like it. I think it has a lot of really cool stuff that I love in a show. I think that the directions are pretty great. I just wish that we spent more of these episodes focusing on the characters and getting to know them other than through, like, their basic one defining trait. That would be cool. I feel like Skip and Loafer did a good job with that. I feel like Madoka did a good job with that. I feel like Akame ga Kill did an awful job with that, and that's why I don't like that show. I feel like Delicious in Dungeon did a legendary job with that. I love Delicious in Dungeon. I don't know. They're cool aesthetics, but in terms of depth, it's there. Like, it's not paper thin like some of Kodaka's other works, but it's like, I wish there was more. There's 4 episodes to go, and that's what makes me nervous. Right now, I will give the show an 8, but this guy is known for dropping the ball, so I am cautiously optimistic. I have faith in him. I have faith that this will be the one Kodaka project that I like a lot other than Danganronpa 2. I love Danganronpa 2. Don't get me wrong. But I have faith in this guy. I'm gonna give it an 8 for now. I hope that the next time we do this, it's still as good. I'm gonna give it an 8. Quite enjoy this. So yeah, no real misses. Sadly, the lowest ranking is Madoka Magica, but, like, I explained why. Okay, I feel like I did a decent job at explaining why. Oh man, how are you, chat? After that. It is like genre roulette, and I love that. I love that about Akudama Drive. It's just, like, when you think it's going one way, it goes another, and at points I'm like, I thought this was going to be a heist show, through and through. It just, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's like, like a Tally Hall album where it's, like, completely opposite directions, but it's like, it feels like it shifts genre in a way that's very organic, and in a way that I'm like, yeah, this is sick. I quite enjoy this. Kodaka doesn't have to make Danganronpa, basically. That's why we like Ippo, because the MC doesn't start out as godly at the sport. Yeah, that's cool. Like, that's how you make an arc, right? Like, I like arcs. I like it when a character starts off flawed, and then they learn, through maybe a mentor, or maybe adversity, or maybe they learn a few lessons, or maybe they lose something to they lose a friend, or a lover, or a parent, or something, because of their cockiness, and then they learn to grow from it. Like, that's what's called an arc, right? That's what's called a character arc. You're supposed to have character arcs. That's how characters grow. But, like, most properties nowadays, and I'm gonna cite Marvel here for doing it more. The characters start off, they're already, like, perfect. They have no flaws, and it's because, like, when you're binge watching a show, when you're scrolling through Netflix looking for what to watch, if you aren't interested in the first, like, 5-10 minutes, you're gonna lose retention. Like that's the Mr. Beast philosophy of why he makes videos. It has to like grip you immediately. Like the stories are hindered because of attention spans, and so I think that's why a lot of shows where the characters are already like perfect human beings aren't great for me. I say that, and one of my favorites is Psyche, and he's like basically a perfect human being because like he has the godlike powers. still, I don't know. I think that's like that would be my beef with sports anime. I know like it's a bit reductive to say that's like the Mary Sue problem where characters already start off and they're like perfect and smart and good at challenges and all that. But like, I'm a sucker for just maybe I'm just like old fashioned. I just like classic arcs. Like old. Call me old fashioned. Call me a shill. But like when a character develops over the course of like 10, 20, 30, 40 episodes, I'm like, yeah, that's great. I like that. That's cool. So yeah. John Wick type deal. The story's meant to tie everything together is one to expect. Oh, I hope so. I am optimistic. I'm skeptical, but I'm optimistic that Akuma Drive will hit the landing. It was a 10 out of 10 at first when I thought it was just gonna be like, 1-for-1 remake of Reservoir Dogs except Japanese. In hindsight, if I'd want that, I'd just watch Reservoir Dogs again. That's fine. Just watch that fucking movie again. It's a great movie. But I think that like okay. Another thing that Kodaka and Uchikoshi, who's the guy who made Zero Escape, are known for is the big twist ending. So maybe there's gonna be like these big twists that recontextualize everything. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna hope for it because if it doesn't happen, I'll be disappointed. But I know that these people, as bad and just as might kill me for this, but as bad as some of the Danganronpa guys' things are, they hit the landing with the ending most times, like pretty much all the time. Except for Raincode. I don't like Raincode. That game sucks. Don't play Raincode. That's my advice for you, Danganronpa fans. Don't play Raincode. That is the easiest game ever. So yeah. Yeah, Akudama Drive, you'll have a good time with it. I think that the more supporting characters, I kind of wish they got more, but I don't know. Maybe there's more in store. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I don't know. I'm expecting some big twists coming on. Like these guys are known for writing amazing twists, so maybe I'm just missing the forest for the trees. Right, I'm known for doing that at times. Good endings like V3. No, V3 is great. What the fuck are you guys talking about? V3 is awesome. You're just salty. V3 is awesome. I hate how like your guys's I'm gonna Google this really quick. I didn't misspell it. It is 2 Kill Games. Okay, I didn't misspell Tokyo Games. It's 2 Kill Games. All right, this guy's good. This guy's good at writing. This guy. He doesn't even have a picture, but this guy not so much. But this guy's great. I hate how you guys' like exposure to this company is through fucking Danganronpa and not this guy's stuff like Zero Escape and I the Somnifier. Okay, Genesis. Okay, Genesis knows what it is, but like all of these games, World Ends Club, Raincode, the Hunt. Okay, this one's not out yet technically. And what is Death Come True? I've never seen this. Oh, that's cool. All of these games, all 2 of them, they suck. They suck. They're really bad. This one as well. Tribe 9. It's another thing that he made. Okay, I've never played Death Come True, and it seems to have like live action actors, so maybe it's okay. Maybe I'll give it a try. But yeah, Tribe 9 is an anime. Huh. It's cool. Probably never gonna see it, but yeah. Sorry about that. Shh, Benji, go back to bed. Miranda, you too. Zero Escape and I the Somnium Files are awesome. Yeah, no. It pains me that like Danganronpa is like the one thing out of this company. So sad. It's fine. It's whatever. I get it. Danganronpa is the gateway to Zero Escape and I the Somnium Files. I'll give it that. The thing with Akudama Drive, and I think Benji, assuming Benji knows about the history, which I think he does, is that like apparently no one fucking watched this show. I think they probably expected it to be a bigger hit because it's made by the guy that made Danganronpa. That already gets you like a bajillion viewers. But apparently like the hype was like a lot smaller or dead, so that's why there's probably no season 2. I don't know. Maybe all the characters die. I feel like that's kind of likely. Like this guy likes to kill off characters, so. But that's not a spoiler. I don't know what happens. But yeah, there's no season 2, which is a shame. I feel like this is the kind of show where you could probably have a season 2. I like the world. The world's cool. If you like the world in this anime, go play Raincoat. All right. I don't like the game Raincoat, but the world's pretty cool. I mean, like it's okay world building. You know, you probably like the world. I don't know. I have positive things to say. I don't know why I'm bitching so much. I'm bitching so much because it's related to Danganronpa. Just tangentially being related to Danganronpa makes me bitch about it. But yeah, like I said, 8 out of 10. Oh, that's not the right one. I ranked the amount of episodes I've seen. Well, that's actually accurate as well. I have seen 8 episodes, so that's actually accurate. I'll give it an 8 for now. But I'm holding out hope. I think if the last 4 episodes hit the landing, this is an easy 10 out of 10. By the way, there is like moments where they have like a little puppet show, like in the in-universe. They have like an in-universe puppet show, and the voices are Michael Kovac and Prozed, and I think that's cool. That's like, oh wow, those are 2 like big names. That's cool. I like that. I like that they. Wait, this was actually like before. Oh, this is like before Michael Kovac got like pretty big. It's cool. Anyway, that's what I noticed. But yeah, here's my list. People enjoy. That's fair. I'll check them both eventually. They're fucking better. I mean, you like Danganronpa, so you'll surely like those 2. But ReZero. Pretty alright. More of a Jenny show with the isekai shit, but it's good. Prison School. I am a degenerate male. I like that. Wholesome. Casual, fun. Need more exposure in the genre. Oh shit, I didn't mean to click that. Actually, no, it doesn't. I was gonna say give me English dub, but it doesn't need one. I think it's fine as Japanese only. I feel like there's a lot of cultural stuff that's like this only works because it's in Japanese. Best shonen ever. Insert. I forgot her name. What's her name? Tucker. Nina. Joke here. So yeah, so the Jpeg Hall of Fame has added a new member. Delicious in Dungeon, congratulations for being the next 10 out of 10. It has joined the Mount Rushmore. I guess there's now 5 things on the Mount Rushmore, but the Mount Rushmore of Cowboy Bebop, Death Note, Psychic K, Spy Family, and now Delicious in Dungeon. I will watch season 2 when it comes out. Full Metal Alchemist, very close, very, very close, but like, I liked it, but I didn't, no, I really, really loved it, but I didn't think it was like 10 out of 10 worthy. It's still very good though. It's still very good. But yeah, here's my list. If you want to laugh at me, some of the things. Hindsight, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna rank some things lower. I'm giving Akame ga Kill a 2 now. I think like time has actually been cruel to this. Like now that I've really sat with it, I'm like, I did not like that show. Danganronpa the animation does not deserve a 2. It's okay. I'll give it a 3. It's fine. It's not. I'll give it a 3. It's like it's inoffensive. It's inoffensive. It's fine. Everything else will probably stay the same. I think. Yeah. I don't think anything will really change. I'm gonna give Chainsaw Man a 5. I'm lowering that. That's not a 6. That's a 5. Violet Evergarden. I'm gonna give that a 6. Fate Stay Nights. Giving that a 5 as well. That doesn't deserve to be a 6. I'm too generous with my rank. I feel like I'm a little too generous with my ranking sometimes. Madoka Magica 6 seems right. 7, 7, 7, 7. Clannad 7. Higurashi 7. Katana 1. This is a tentative 8. This can change. This can very easily change. Psycho Death Parade's even lower. I feel like Death Parade. I feel like if I rewatched it, like probably give it a higher score. But yeah, low for Attack on Titan, Sacrifice. Yep. Everything seems about in order. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. We're not gonna end the stream just yet. I'm gonna share with you my plan to watch list. It has grown since the last time. It's always like growing. It's never gonna go down. But you know, I hope that this next quarter is gonna be fun. I watched a lot of like more I'm not gonna say indie, but a lot more like niche. It's someone's favorite, but it's not like super popular. That's the shows I watch. I hope to watch more like popular stuff. I know like they can, because they're popular, they're gonna be longer. But yeah, no, I think that was the niche quarter. Now it's time to do more mainstream stuff. I don't know what the big project's gonna be. There's always a big one. AOT was for the second quarter of the year, and now the third quarter of the year it was FMA. I don't know what the big one will be this final quarter of 2024. We'll see. Here's my list. So this one was by Imaru. This is recommended by Imaru. This is Genesis. This is Miranda. This was I found this. I heard it was pretty cool. Berserk. Not 2016. I'm not gonna watch the 2016 one. I know that the 2016 one was bad. Blue Lock by Daniel. Bochi the Rock by Enderlads. Bungo Stray Dogs by someone in the DC server. I forgot who it was. It was someone from like 2022. It was a long time ago. Charlotte by Remy. Classroom of the Elite by, I think, Broske. Code GS by Sha. Cyberpunk by Genesis. Daily Lives of High School Boys by Broske. Demon Slayer. I heard it's good. Fighting Hajime no Ippo by Broske. Food Wars by no one. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Gintama by, I don't know who it was. I think it's Broske. Great Pretender by Quinny, I think. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure by my real life friend. JJK by my real life friend. Love is War by Genesis and Robin. Komi Can't Communicate. I don't remember. Konosuba by Genesis. Magic. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna watch this one. I'm probably not gonna watch this one. You know what? We'll give it a try. Why not? Mashley by Robin and Baka. I don't remember. And this one by Daniel. This one by Fen. I don't remember this one. I think it's Amaru. This one's by Broske. This one's by Amaru again. This one Remy? I don't remember. This one is just me. I just found this. This is popular, right? I think it's popular. This one by Blue on the DC server. This one, I think, Queenie. This one, I don't know. And this one by Tam. So yeah. That's on the list. I don't know what is next. You know what? We're going to do something funny. We're going to do something really funny right now. Random number generator. All right, we're going to do something extremely funny right now. We're going to randomize. This is not the next one. Okay, I don't want it to be the next one, but this will be something I watch before the end of let's make it 1,000 just in case it rolls at 7 again. So I don't be like, "Oh, I must have misclicked." So this is going to be something that I see before December of next year. So this will be in the next quarterly ranking. Let's see what it is. Number 22. What is number 22? Number 22. Fuck. God damn it, Genesis. God damn it! Ugh, fine. We'll watch Konosuba. Fine. Well, I guess we're watching Konosuba before the end of December, so that's cool. The one Bebop getting I'm fighting you, Genesis. What the fuck is wrong with you? It is a character study. You have to rewatch the episodes with an open eye. No, I'm okay. No, but seriously, just watch like one video essay. Okay, like I also didn't get it. When I first watched Bebop, I was like, what the fuck was that? I watched one video essay. I was like, oh, okay, that's what that was about. And I know that's a bit reductive, but that's how some media works for me. Like I watched Big Lebowski. I'm like, what the hell was that? I watched one video essay. I was like, okay, I like Big Lebowski. Oh man. Brilliant. Is that the spin-off? Okay, I didn't realize that was the spin-off. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what the names are. I just typed Konosuba and that was the first thing that popped up. Okay, how do I delete? If you guys have any okay, you know what? I don't care. Let's just pretend that this is the when I actually get into the show, I'll know the difference. I don't know the difference. I'm gonna watch the main one first. I will continue Madoka. It is on the list. Because like I do want to know more about it. Like I don't want to leave it off on that. I know that was like the base. It's kind of like Fate Stay Night, where I've seen the base now, and now I want to see the supplementary stuff. You know, the spin-offs and the sequels and all that stuff of Madoka. Like I do want to give it another chance. You know, now that I get it a bit. I watched some video essays as well on Madoka. Now I'm like, okay, I have a better grasp of what was going on. You know, yeah, you know, we're all incompetent sometimes. Sometimes we need to be explained stuff in better contexts. So, you know. That's the Megumin spin-off. That means nothing to me. What does that mean? God's blessing on this wonderful world, yeah. I think the stream is delayed by like 15 seconds, by the way, so I don't respond immediately. But yeah, no, if you guys have anything to add to this very, 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 very long list. It's not that long, it's only 36, it's only 36 things long. I watched 9. I watched 9 things. Granted, most of them were short, but like still. Angel Beats. The weird thing is, I probably could have delayed this by one day and I would have finished Akudama Drive, but it's whatever. I'll finish it. I'll finish it soon. I understand everything I watch. Yeah, because you're smart. I'm not smart. You were born with a brain. I was not. It's not fair. Megumin is one of the characters. It's cool. Anyone in the chat not named Genesis want to recommend me something? That'd be cool. That'd be quite nice. Anyone in the chat? Cat. Watch one Bebop video. Cash Horn Sins. Never heard of that? Better not be a hentai. Better not be a hentai. If it's a hentai, I'm gonna kill you. I like how I just add stuff without like researching. Like I just have no I have no idea what this is. Why is everything like super old? It's not okay. It's 2008. It's not that old. Still, this just looks old. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's whatever. Hello, Physis? Physis? Bakuman is really underrated. I don't know what that is. 11 Eyes. Yeah, you recommended me that a while ago. Is that, did I add that to the list? I feel like I added that to the list. Blue Lock. Blue Lock is that's a Daniel recommendation. I'll probably check that out soon as well. Daniel and Genesis are the two that give me like the best recommendations, honestly. And it's probably because I'm like pretty much the same archetype as them, you know, like early 20s gamer, college loser with glasses, you know, the same archetype. Male. You know. Same archetype. 11 Eyes. Ooh. This is a shoujo anime? Stop being a shoujo anime? I don't have a problem with shoujo, okay? I just if it's like a genre that I better understand, I'll probably have a better time with it. I'm gonna be honest, I got lost with the fucking sports anime with the skateboard. Cause like I don't know, I'm the most stereotypical like gamer ever. I don't know what sports is. What is sports ball? Tell me, what is that? If it was like volleyball or boxing or basketball, I would be completely lost. Or football? I guess football and soccer isn't. It's been a hot minute since I watched it, but is it Goob? What? Blue Exorcist. I don't know what that is. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't like it. That's not a contradiction. It's not a contradiction. Like I don't like Akame Kill, and I have problems with that. Like I don't like Danganronpa 1, but you know I don't have problems with it. I just don't like it. You can have problems with something and still like it. I confused myself. You get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say. I don't have a problem with shoujo. I'll give it a. It's not that I don't like it. I just it needs to grip me. You know, it needs to be like I get this. You know. Durara. Okay, I'll add Durara, I'll add Blue Exorcist, and I'll add Bakuman. I don't know what that is. Blue Exorcist and Daru. Is this like Bakugan? Is that what that is? Okay, this looks. Oh, it's okay. It's in the top 400. That's interesting. Okay, you know what? I'll add it. Why not? I'm never gonna finish this list because I'm gonna keep on adding things, and some of these shows are really long. I'm never gonna finish this list. No game, no life. There's one that's called like Dandadan or whatever. That like a lot of the. What's it called? It's called like Dandadan. Is it called Dandadan? I don't know what it's called. By like this really like weird this really weird guy in my college likes. I don't know, it's probably weird, but like I don't know, check it out. Cause he keeps on raving about it. He's like the weird, awkward Reddit guy, and he likes it, so I don't know, maybe. Like as much as I like to think I'm better than a typical Redditor, I have to acknowledge that I have like my taste is very trash. I have very trash taste, so I don't know how to spell Exorcist. I looked up how to spell Exorcist. I don't know how to spell it, man. Okay, let's go with this. Oh, why is it? Okay. Dandadan? I don't know what it's called. I don't want to Google it. Okay, let's get you back to bed too. Alright, friends, I think that's all for now for real. You have expanded my watch list to be even longer than it already is. Eventually, these will be done, but by the time I'm done with all of these, there will be many, 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 many replacements. That's life, you know? That's life. Yeah. Konosuba is next, I guess. I'm not really looking forward to it, because I know Jenny likes it. But, I don't know, he always impresses me, so we'll see. We'll see. Bye, everybody! Bye! So long, take care.